Never pay more when you shop Route 4. Performance Toyota.
Hello, Butler County High School sports enthusiasts. You're dialed in to another live broadcast on the Butler County High School Sports Reports Network. Today, we are at Fairfield Arena, where it is a GMC girls basketball showdown between the Fairfield Indians and the Colerain Cardinals. I'm Chris Vogt alongside Joel Sackenhiem. Joel, I appreciate you hopping on board for this Sunday afternoon affair.
Saturday afternoon affair.
Saturday afternoon affair.
Yeah, that's not Sunday yet.
Skipping ahead here. I'm thinking Super Bowl.
I know, and it's coming soon, isn't it?
No, we're here at senior day, let's call it.
Senior day night, yes.
For the Fairfield Indians. We're happy to be here to make this call. We want to thank Matt Vogt on the camera as we are getting set to tip off here shortly. However, Joel, let's talk about these two teams here as we're nearing towards the end of the season. Two similar teams coming into this contest, both coming in at 7-9. There's something to be said in terms of a team that just is going after it, and they understand that they will be hitting the ground running with the tournament coming up. So we're going to go ahead and take a break here as we are going to listen to the national anthem. Yeah, Joe, we've got two 7-9 programs coming into this contest, both looking to make sure that they head into the postseason with a little bit of momentum. Talk about what it means for these two teams to come out and make a statement as we're heading towards the end of the season.
Well, as you say, Chris, they're both kind of in the middle of the pack of the GMC at 7-9. And the good thing about Ohio High School for basketball as opposed to football is that everybody does qualify for the state tournament in basketball. So it's not always necessarily the team that is the most dominant from start to finish all season long. You really do want to be peaking at the right time. So you're right, there's no conference title up for grabs here today with both teams kind of in the center of the standings. But both teams wanting to get a little foothold in, certainly pick up some momentum and playing their best basketball when tournament time comes around in February.
And both programs aren't shy of sporting some fantastic players on this floor. We're going to run down the starting lineups for the Fairfield Indians. Starting is senior guard number 1, Carly Mills. Senior guard number 2, Zariah Black. Junior forward, number 33, Kristen Leisman. Number 12, senior guard, Josie Rittenbaugh. Number 30, senior forward, Tori Williams. And for the Colerain Cardinals, we've got number 12, sophomore guard, Kylie McNally. We've got number 14, Abigail McNally, a sophomore forward. Number 13, Taya. We got Taya Pewitt. She's a junior forward. Number 24, Zyriel.
You got it.
Zyriel Yelling, a senior forward. And number 40, she's a senior forward. That's Kalea Beasley.
Yeah, Kalea Beasley there.
So,
Fairfield giving a lot of their seniors the starting opportunity. One name that I did not see on that list for the starting 5 for Fairfield is Emma Miller. She's number 4. She's had a really good last 4 games as a junior. Not starting today in deference to senior night to give the seniors the opportunity to be in the starting lineup. But I would imagine she'll be the first one in, a 6th man off the bench today. Emma Miller, left-hander, junior, And we used to call her Miller Lite
Yes,
back in the day.
I love it.
So if you hear a couple of Miller Lite references, it's going to Emma Miller out there.
Well, Joel, in terms of the Fairfield Indians, Carly Mills is the one that we're going to be talking about tonight. Let's run through our 3 keys of the game. As we're talking about Carly Mills. Mills Mayhem, that's our number 2 on the list. Carly Mills leads the program for the Fairfield Indians in scoring. She'll be doing most of the ball handling without a doubt. Sits at number 3 with 16.3 points a game in the GMC. We'll also be talking about Tori Williams. She's a factor inside. Wrapping up all those boards when they come off the rim.
Yeah, the thing about Carly Mills, we're going to see her more on the outside. She's a dead red shooter. And the thing that jumps off the stat sheet to me is 43% from three-point range this year. And I don't think that's probably a very small sample size. I think she's probably been chucking them up a little bit. One of the best shooters in the GMC. Tori Williams obviously will be the enforcer on the inside, having to fight for rebounds with Abigail McNally of Colerain.
Yeah, we've already hit it. These 2 teams need to play like champions at this point. As they're heading into the tournament coming up here within the next couple of weeks, they want to be playing at their best game. And we'll be talking a lot about Abigail McNally as we get this.
McNally and Tori Williams tipping this thing off right now.
I'm Chris Vogt alongside Joel Sackenhiem. I want to thank you for tuning in. Colerain wins the tip. Some good defense by Zariah Black, and we're going to head on over to Fairfield's way.
Little high ball pressure there, and the offense hadn't been set up right at the tip. Weird things happen out of a jump ball at the beginning of the game. It's the only situation I can think of where all the players are out at midcourt instead of at the hoops on one end or the other.
David Loper, he's coaching the Fairfield Indians as Patrick Cosgrove is manning the Colerain Cardinals.
Emily Kane with that would be Kalia Beasley with a great post deny for Colerain there.
Number 14, Abigail McNally.
She stepped on the baseline, Chris, on that dribble drive. You can see that Pam, the referee there, had an open hand instead of a closed fist. I can tell you it's a step out of bounds rather than a blocking foul pushing her out of bounds there is the call on the floor.
And Colerain supporting the full court press here and does some damage as the ball's turned over, and looks like Zariah Black is going to recover it. Zariah Black hands it off to Josie Rittenbaugh and gives it back to her. Underneath Tori Williams. You'll see a lot of that, Joel. Tried to hit a streaking Kristen Leisman underneath the basket, but that was a little too far for her own good there.
There was a double team coming across from Abigail McNally joining Kalia Beasley on the post deny there, and that left the backdoor cutter open on the other side. He couldn't quite time it right. Man pressure.
Yeah, Fairfield providing the same exact amount of full court pressure as Colerain has been doing there.
Will be interesting to see if Fairfield's pressure stays man and if Colerain's that looked to be apparently some sort of a zone trap in the backcourt.
Abigail McNally picks up her dribble and hands it off to Kylie McNally. Put back is in by Zariel Yelling. Give her 2 points. It's 2-0 Colerain. We've got about 6:30 left to go in this first quarter.
Referee there, Craig, the umpire, trying to sort things out there, and Pam's cooling a little bit down there with Josie Rittenbaugh. We got a 1-2-2 zone trapping press here, Chris. Watch for the trap coming up right around the midcourt line.
Tori Williams tries to find Carly Mills, and they're going to be calling a foul on the floor. Foul's on Taya Pewitt.
Taya Pewitt. First personal and team's first.
Zariah Black setting it up for Fairfield. She's guarded by Kylie McNally. Zariah Black takes a drive to the hoop and dishes it off to Josie Rittenbaugh. She's off the mark and rebounded by Colerain. Rittenbaugh will be called with a foul.
Yeah. One thing that you would happen to notice there is Fairfield had all 5 offensive rebounders below the free throw line. Keep an eye on that as the game goes on, because it's going to leave Colerain some open outlet and fast break opportunities if all 5 get sucked in underneath the foul line on the rebounding.
6 minutes left to play in this first quarter if you're just tuning in. Colerain with the early 2-0 lead. Kylie McNally a little bit of trouble in the corner there. Gets it out to Kalia Beasley there. Beasley gets it back, but it's stolen. And here comes Fairfield back the other way. That's Kristen Leisman. Drive to the lane, and she'll get the foul. Yeah.
Absolutely. Nick on the call there is going to go to the table and report the blocking foul on Colerain.
Kylie McNally with the foul.
We have 2 free throws here for Fairfield for Leisman.
Yeah, Leisman's been shooting somewhat sluggish from the free throw line. Shooting 36% from the charity stripe.
Yeah, that lane violation on the shooter himself.
So they get not out of that one, Joel.
No points there, and that's Nick, the center referee there. His job is to watch the free throw shooter and the free throw line there on that after making the foul call. There's your deep outlet pass.
Abby McNally tried to get something going. Pass it to Kylie McNally. Out of bounds, and we'll stay right here.
I look for Colerain to try to run. They're going to have some opportunities based on Fairfield's press and also their offensive rebounding strategy to try to get some fast breaks so they can hustle it down the floor.
Dishes it in to Taya Pewitt. Pewitt takes a drive to the hoop. Guarded by Tori Williams. Yeah, they're going to call that foul on Tori.
Big foul.
Well, at this point, I think it looked like Tori was beat to the lane, so not a bad foul. I call that a good foul for Williams. She's going to have to earn the free throws there, huh?
She will have to earn the free throws. My dad would always say, as a coach, he coached for 28 years, he prefers to see good plays rather than great plays on defense. If you don't get beat with your feet first, then you won't have to worry about stepping out of nowhere and trying to make an incredible block and possibly committing that foul.
Pewitt drops both of them. We're looking at 4-0 Colerain. Full court pressure continued by Colerain. Carly Mills dishes it off.
Nice dump off.
To Kristen Leisman. She'll get herself 2 points. Colerain still
on the board.
Yep, Colerain still up on top, 4-2.
We got a zone press now from Fairfield. Little 1-2-1-1 diamond action there.
Abigail McNally called with a double dribble. She got through the press. Just couldn't keep the dribbles to a minimum there.
She did. That's a very challenging call for an official to make, whether that's enough contact to bump her into that double dribble or whether that's just easing up enough off of the contact to allow you to call it. Watch for the trap again around midcourt.
Zara Black looking for a lane to pass it.
33 through the body. It's going to be on Fairfield. Leisman.
Looks like Fairfield may have a little bit of trouble if this offense isn't going to be able to find a passing lane on that full court.
There's an old adage of teams that like to press don't like to be pressed. And if Fairfield's going to try to make this a full court game and Colerain's got a little more length to be able to trap off of this thing, it might play more into Colerain's hands here.
Absolutely. Pewitt dishes it off to Abigail McNally. A couple McNallys on the floor for Colerain. I'd imagine sibling relation.
Most likely, probably twins. They're both sophomores, I believe.
Yelling with the shot off the mark, out of bounds, and we're going to head on over to Fairfield. 4:47 left to go in this first quarter. It's 4-2 Colerain if you're just tuning in. I'm Chris Vogt alongside Joel Sackenhiem. Matt Vogt manning the duties. Want to thank Jason Arno for hanging out with us today. He's going to learn about what the Butler County High School Sports Report's all about. Possibly become a team member here in the future. He's already a team member. What are we talking about, Joel? Steal by Colerain. And
definite foul. Definite foul. Absolutely.
Kylie McNally's going to head to the line for 2.
Carly Mills was the one with the body. Looks like Pam's going to call her actually on the arm there. That call was not seen as the lead referee underneath the rim, but the center referee behind the play had the angle on that one.
Kylie McNally shooting 42.6% from the line. Both of them off the mark, but if you don't box out, Joel, that's not
that's going to hurt.
It's a sign of a struggle there.
Extra possession for Colerain here. Let's see if they're able to utilize it well. Bank not open on Saturday afternoon, Chris.
Yeah, Kylie McNally tried a long distance one and off the mark there. We'll stay here, though.
Go right.
Some banks are open on Saturdays, Joel.
Some banks are, that's true. 2 p.m., a little rough, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Kylie McNally guarded by Zariah Black. Tried to dish it underneath to Beasley.
There is a lot of contact going on out there right now.
Hey, they're going to let him play, Joel. This is the GMC girls basketball contest at its finest.
Well, here's the thing with this high pressure. A high pressure style, and both teams are implementing it, tends to yield more fouls just by its nature. If you sit back in a very passive zone, there will be fewer fouls called. So Fairfield's already got 4 team fouls, and we're not even halfway through the first quarter yet. Should be a lot of one-on-one situations for Colerain if they keep reaching, like right there.
Right. Rittenball shot off the side of the rim and rebounded by Abigail McNally. Josie Rittenball slapped with her. Looks like her second foul, Joel.
There it is. Here comes Miller Light in off the bench, replacing Rittenbaugh. Yeah, foul trouble's going to be an issue here.
Joe, it's got to be pretty neat to see Emma Miller step in and visualize what she's kind of formed into after you had coached her at the grade school level.
She's grown a little since 3rd grade, Chris. She was a little tiny 3rd grader playing on a 5th grade summer team, with her older sister Trinity, who now goes to Moorhead State and beach volleyball.
Bartell called with a travel there, and Fairfield's going to regain possession. Zariah Black dishes off to Kylie Mills. Colerain called with a kick.
Yeah, these are the type of games, as an official, that are more difficult to call when you have all this contact and all this full court pressure. You'll see the center referee in your screen, or just barely off your screen there. You have to stay up a little higher on this press to be a second set of eyes up there with all this contact that's possibly going on.
Fairfield doing a good job of breaking that press. Tori Williams heads up for a shot, and she'll be drawing herself 2 shots here.
Body contact down below there on Colerain, number 40 with the body. That's Kalia Beasley.
3:35 left to play here in this first period. 4-2 if you're just tuning in, Colerain. Williams drops the first of 2 shots.
In games with lots of fouls, free throw shooting becomes even more important than normal.
Colerain back the other way. Ball hits the floor, but Carly Mills regains possession for Fairfield, heading back the other direction. Mills over to Black. Looks like Colerain settling in with a decent man-to-man.
It's interesting, Chris. We've hit the 3-minute mark left to go in the first quarter, and I don't know that we've seen a whole lot of half-court sets on this end of the floor.
Zariah Black slapped with her first personal foul.
We have 6 team fouls on Fairfield now in less than 5 minutes of play. Now, you can complain about the officiating if you want to, or you can call back off some of the presses Fairfield's doing right now. You can't keep reaching.
Well, those are fouls. I mean, those are
They're fouls. They're legitimate calls, and you got to pull off your pressure if you can't handle it responsibly.
Carly Mills playing some aggressive defense there on Bartell.
It is senior night as well, so there might be tempers, a little more adrenaline than normal here.
Absolutely.
And we're going to have a one-on-one bonus, it looks like, here.
Reagan Rand called with that foul for Fairfield.
And it looks like we're going to have a timeout being called.
Looks like we're hitting our first timeout. Last 2 games we broadcast, we didn't see a timeout instituted until the second quarter. So we're going to go ahead and take a timeout, listen to our sponsors. You're watching the Butler County High School Sports Reports Network.
We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Performance Toyota, located on Route 4 in Fairfield. Never pay more when you shop Route 4. Performance Toyota. Matandi Steel Metal Products, a proud sponsor of Baden Athletics. SuccessPhoto.com, providing memorable images of Butler County's high school student athletes. C3 Contracting, pole barns and garages built by C3 Contracting. Call 513-519-4656 today for a complimentary quote on your next building product, serving all of Butler County. Minix Drive-Thru, providing speedy, convenient service throughout many locations in Butler County. Minix Drive-Thru. Bird's Grill and Bar, located in Fairfield's Village Green. Our Fan of the Day sponsor.
Welcome back to the Butler County High School Sports Reports Network. I'm Chris Vogt alongside Joel Sackenhiem. Abigail McNally's shot at the line is off the mark.
Front end of the 1-and-1.
Carly Mills couldn't get the collection of the pass from number 4, Emma Miller. And Colerain heads back the other direction.
A lot of full court play going back and forth here, Chris. Not a lot of half court sets. I love a baseline inbounds play, though. Colerain's going to have the chance to run whatever their best baseline inbound play is here. See if they can get an open shot either in the middle of somebody coming off a screen or a three-point shot.
Kylie McNally finds Bartell. Ball hitting the floor again, Joel, trying to make something happen. It's Colerain.
Timeout being called by Colerain here.
He said, "Hey, we're gonna stop this. Let's stop playing. Think about this a little longer.
Take a 30-second timeout."
Yeah, we'll go ahead and take a timeout as well. You're watching the Butler County High School Sports Reports Network.
I'm Jerry Snodgrass, Executive Director of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One of my long-standing goals is to help people understand that high school sports are about so much more than wins and losses. The OHSAA promotes education-based athletics, where sports are an extension of the classroom. Our schools all want to win, but at the end of the day, it's all about sportsmanship, leadership, and making sure that academics are a priority. Thank you for your support of high school sports.
Colerain on top of Fairfield 4-3 with 2:25 left to go in this first quarter here at Fairfield Arena on Senior Day, we'll call it, Joel, for the Fairfield Indians. We'll run down the seniors for the Fairfield girls basketball program momentarily here.
Looks like I got a 1-3-1 zone for the Indians coming out of the timeout here. Diagonal passing is a must to try to defeat a 1-3-1 zone.
And you saw that just there, Joel.
That's what the attempt is. A lot of times teams at the younger levels will try to trap in those corners. Looks like that was a more passive 1-3-1. Let's see what Fairfield gets into on this inbounds play.
Nice pass underneath to Abigail McNally. It looked like Fairfield was caught sleeping.
Did I tell you how much I love baseline inbound plays, Chris? Best scoring opportunity in basketball right there.
When you make him work. 6-3 Colerain got the first quarter lead over Fairfield.
Be aware of this spacing. As you're watching this game, watch on the offensive rebounding how Fairfield has got 5 players underneath that free throw line. Is going to come and burn them.
I'd imagine you'll see a lot of outside shots coming from Colerain if they're available, if we're talking like that.
Well, it's going to be transition coming back the other direction is the issue there. That's 2 fouls, by the way, on Taya Pewitt. So foul trouble going to start mounting up for Colerain as well. They also are reaching and trying to trap. More aggressive defense means more fouls called.
Carly Mills drives to the hoop, gets herself a foul, and she'll head to the line for 2.
That's going to be Zyriel Yelling's first personal foul as we've reached 5 team fouls for Colerain. And Carly Mills, we said free throw shooting is pretty good, three-point shooting is pretty good. A 72% free throw shooter going to the line, shooting 2 for the Indians.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give Colerain a lot of props in terms of their defense. Keeping that ball out of Carly Mills' hands is probably one of their keys of the game themselves.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. Look at that free throw shooting. Pretty, Chris. Pretty.
Mills drops both of them. 6-5. Fairfield cuts the lead to 1.
Just below 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter of play. Oh, nice move.
Yeah, Abigail McNally had a wide open look off the board. A little too hard for her own good there. Kylie McNally from the outside. That's no good. Rebounded by Zariah Black.
Going to see a held ball, and Fairfield is going to have the arrow here. Looks like we're going to have a check-in for Fairfield back of Tori Williams. See if they can work it down to her in the post.
One of the tallest
players, the press here.
Tallest player on the court.
There you go. Both teams might want to start backing off a little bit of pressure, as you can see. Just a little bit. Take the pot off the burner, just there.
Tori Williams, guarded by Abigail McNally. Mills tries to get the ball underneath to Zariah Black, but that's off a Colerain knee, and will stay down here.
Tricky inbounds location here for Miller Light. And she's trying to get her stack to set up a little farther outside here. It's a 3-foot wide spot. You cannot run the baseline.
Miller finds Mills.
Miller to Mills. Oh, she wanted that 3 ball, didn't she? Good close out there.
Tori Williams has it.
Yep.
Rebounded by your girl, Emma Miller. That's off the mark. We're going to head on back the other direction. It's Colerain. Abigail McNally, nice drive to the hoop, and that's in. Yeah. 8-5, under a minute to play here, 40 seconds to go in the first quarter.
It all started on the defensive end with the closeout by Abigail McNally on Carly Mills to be able to force the three-point shot to come from Williams instead of Mills.
Mills drives, puts up a shot, and almost a fourth shot there, Joel.
Ooh.
Good defense by Colerain. Looks like they may set up for this final shot here with 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Got an 8-5 lead. You might as well go in at the end of the first quarter with at least a three-point lead. We got looks like a zone of some sort, 1-3-1, possibly being played by Fairfield here, and a tricky inbound for the Cardinals coming up.
13 ticks left to play here.
Fitzgerald coming in. They want to make sure that Zyriel Yelling does not pick up an extra foul here in the last 13 seconds of the quarter.
All kinds of subs here coming in for Colerain.
The substitution parade here, Chris Vogt. Let's see what Colerain does with his last 13 seconds.
Kylie McNally setting it up. Dishes it on over to Richter. McNally thought about that tray bomb, but decided to pass. Under here, 3 seconds. McNally's going to have to toss it up. And we're going to see the second quarter. Good defense by Fairfield. 8-5, Colerain will step aside as we enter this second quarter. You're watching the Butler County High School Sports Reports Network.
We thank you for listening to a live broadcast on the Butler County High School Sports Reports YouTube channel. We encourage you to check out our website at www.bchssreport.com for all your local prep sports results, stories, and student-athlete features. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Hey, this is Joey Vogt for The Report. One thing we strive to do here at The Report is recognize the local high school student athletes and their accomplishments to the best of our abilities, which is the reason why we partnered up with Performance Toyota and Rick's Tavern to crown a Performer of the Week. We choose a student athlete from each of our coverage area schools from any sports and let family, friends, and your school vote in the Report's Performer of the Week poll on our website. Tell us who you think should be in our Performer of the Week poll, and most importantly, enjoy the rest of the broadcast.
Colerain going to take a 8-5 lead in this second quarter, Joel. Looks like defense is the name of the game in this in these opening 8 minutes.
I'm interested to see what coaching adjustments are being made. The first 5 or 6 minutes of this game was played at such a frantic pace that make it very difficult to keep up with, both in terms of condition stamina as well as foul trouble. So we'll see if we see more half-court sets here in the second quarter.
Carly Mills getting in the thick of things, steals, and we'll draw a foul after that steal.
Could be on Colerain.
Yeah, on Colerain. That's on Beasley.
Both teams are now going to be shooting 1-on-1 bonus the rest of the way, the last 7 minutes and 52 seconds of the second quarter.
The coach always says, let's practice our free throws. Well, this will be a reason why.
Comes into play in these type of games.
Emma Miller regains possession, hits Tori Williams. Tori Williams looks like she's going to try and take it herself. This is that back out to Zariah Black, stops and pops.
A nice
bang.
Very solid.
8-7, Colerain still with the advantage. Richter finds Beasley, and Beasley hits one of the McNally sisters, and she banks it off the backboard.
Off the glass from that angle. My goodness.
Our cameraman Matt Vogt behind us says give her 4. 11-2. Tori Williams tries to bank of her own. But we'll head back Colerain's direction here as Kylie McNally slows it up.
Ball fake and drive.
Underneath the Beasley. Beasley couldn't quite connect one off the backboard there, and Tori Williams brings it up. Tori Williams takes it with the left-handed dribble. Tried to draw a foul there, didn't get it called, Joel.
No, it's a lot of dribbling into traffic going on out here. They need to set up a half-court offense, get a little organization, little structure behind what they're doing. 1-3-1 zone again here for Fairfield. Look for a 2-1-2 type of offense out of Colerain with diagonal passing to shift that zone.
Emma Miller gets a hand on a pass, heads into the Fairfield bench. Colerain keeps the ball. 11-7, 6:20 and counting left in the second quarter here at Fairfield Arena. Senior day for the Fairfield Indians.
Zone is shifting now into a 2-3, it looks like.
A lot of passing for Colerain.
You got to pass to beat a zone. You have to pass to beat a zone.
Emily Kane with the steal, and here comes Zariah Black. Zariah Black, nice dish underneath to Kane, and she draws herself a foul. She'll head to the line for 2.
That's going to be 3 fouls on Kalia Beasley. Kalia is not thrilled, you see her reaction. But if you watch that, you'll see that her hands are not directly up in the air at a 90-degree angle. It's kind of coming down at about a 75-degree angle. In officiating, we call that law of verticality. You are allowed your own space vertically all the way to the ceiling, but you are not allowed to bring your arms downward in an unvertical fashion. That's going to get you called for a foul almost every time by that lead official underneath the rim.
Colerain coach Cosgrove ends up taking out Beasley wisely, which we probably expected.
3 fouls. Oh, yeah. And both teams on 7 team fouls now as they continue to mount.
11-9, Colerain still holding the advantage. Fairfield looking to chip away at it.
That's right. This game has settled down a little bit. It's not as frantic as it was.
They're almost forced to, like we were talking about with the fouls.
You have to.
Right.
You have to. I mean, your options are complain or just adjust strategy, and adjust strategy is the smarter option there. We have an injured Cardinal on the play.
Yeah, Abigail McNally hits the floor pretty hard there.
Sister, I think, Kylie. Kylie.
Pardon me.
Yeah, Abigail's kind of looking.
Concerned
Look at her.
as she should.
That's right. Baseline inbounds for Colerain here. 2-3 zone. Ooh. There's the foul. We got a 1-on-1 for Fairfield now. 2 fouls on Yelling. Miller Light to the line here, Chris.
Hey, did you tell her to shoot her free throws? It's going to come handy in the future.
Left-handed free throw shooting right here on display. Beautiful.
She's got a high arcer.
Little higher. She always had a high arc. She's only now just started to grow a little taller. She was always one of the smaller ones in stature.
Second free throw off the left side of the rim.
Em, if you're watching that one, your spin was a little off, kid. All right. Once the coach, always the coach, Chris.
Opportunity for Fairfield to tie the contest, but Colerain will hold the advantage at 11-10 with 5:46 left to play in the second.
Tori Williams just picked up her second foul, and now she's back on the bench. As we have Abigail McNally going to the line to shoot a 1-on-1 at the other end for Colerain. The parade of free throws, Chris.
Fresh life after halftime, right, Joel?
Oh, my gosh. The more fouls you have, the more free throws the other team will shoot.
McNally hits the first one, 12-10. Second one's up. Hits the back of the iron. But a towering Yelling almost grabs possession of that, and we're looking at a jump ball.
Yelling is very, very fortunate that she did not get called for through the back there.
Right.
Popular sentiment, everyone loves to call it over the back. Really, over is not the foul. It's through is the foul, and there was just barely enough lack of contact there for the officials to cut her a break and not give her third foul of the game.
The benefit of being rather one of the taller players on the court is
you can reach
having
over top.
Yeah, right. But the non-benefit of it is getting those over the back calls.
That's right. That's right. Well, it's got to be through the back, not just over. Nice block shot by McNally there, Abigail McNally. We have a baseline inbounds for Fairfield. We'll see if Colerain elects to play this thing in man or zone. Looks like they're matching up man-to-man here. Look for some screening action for Fairfield. 4 across.
Ideal. Get one of those plays open for Cully Mills. There it is.
There it is.
but no.
Nice block there.
Another one of the benefits of being tall. Yelling sends it into the first row.
Zyriel. Only thing I would say is if you can keep it in play, you got a nice little outlet pass and a fast break at the other end.
Carly Mills driving with the left hand, stops, pops. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound by Yelling. Richter bringing it up for Colerain. Underneath attempt, pass to Yelling underneath, but
Emily
Kane, yeah, coming away with that loose ball.
Great post defense there to tie that up. Colerain has the arrow, and we'll get to run an inbounds play from the baseline.
From the outside, quick shot by Tepford. And we're going to head Fairfield's way.
Kylie McNally checks back in for the Cardinals. In for Richter, is going to have a seat now. 5:02 remaining. Second quarter of play.
It's Ryan Black hits Emma Miller. Emma Miller finds Mills, and Mills and looks like Kristen Leisman had a little bit of a miscommunication there.
Well, Leisman was trying to cut that in, and Mills was reading it as filling out space to the outside there. Just a simple miscommunication between passer and receiver, ends up out of bounds. You'd still rather have it end up out of bounds than end up as a fast break opportunity for the other team.
Over and back call, Joel.
That trapping zone defense for Fairfield. Fairfield's been changing up, going back and forth between a 1-3-1 and a 2-3 a little bit here. That 1-3-1 for the first time today gets expanded up to the midcourt line, forces the bad pass. Turnover, back to the Indians.
Carla Mills slowing it up for a little bit. Emma Miller on this left side here. It's Raya Black, back to Emma Miller. Miller for a three. No good, and that's rebound by Yelling. Here comes McNally. McNally, nice drive to the hoop, kind of loses the footing there and hits the ground.
Finally the held ball.
Before it gets too crazy there, yeah, good call, Joel.
A lot of popular misconception there. A lot of people want to see like traveling or something like that called while the ball is loose and then that scrum like that, but you can't travel if you don't have possession of the ball.
Right.
So with the ball loose, it is actually impossible to travel while a dribble is going on.
Mills over to Black. Black drives, stops, keeps her plant foot. Luckily for her, looked like she was almost going to slide her.
Solid pivot there, but Mills did not.
Mills got, yep.
I think Mills got nailed by trying to start the dribble with the pivot foot up in the air, and that will be called traveling every time by the officials.
Colerain holding the 2-point advantage, 12-10, 12-10 with a little under 4 to play here in the second quarter. Outside shots have been non-existent. We're going through the hoop right now, Joel.
Abigail McNally got bitten by a little quirk in the rule book there. She had her feet out of bounds, jumped up in the air. When you jump up, you were considered to be still standing wherever you jumped from. So that's why that ball was called out of bounds, even though it didn't touch the out-of-bounds area.
It's Araya Black, guarded by McNally. Emily Kane, shot off the mark. We're going to head on over to Colerain's way.
Chris, we have settled into a half-court basketball game.
Right.
That's what foul trouble will do for you, sir. I think Fairfield had 7 fouls about halfway through the first quarter. They've got 8 now, so really slowed down on the reaching. Extended 1-3-1 or 1-2-2 zone here for the Indians.
Kylie McNally finds Tepford. Tepford tosses it underneath to Abigail McNally. Another one of those fouls.
Yep. That's on Miller Light, her first. And we'll have the last one-on-one opportunity before going to the double bonus for Colerain. It'll be Abigail McNally once again on the line shooting the front end and maybe both ends of a one-on-one.
Shooting one of the better free throw percentages for Colerain at 67.6.
Pretty solid. And you know she's had a lot of attempts this year based on the way she plays.
Sinks them both. 14-10 Colerain. 3:12 left to go in the second quarter.
McNally has scored 10 of Colerain's 14 points so far today. The offense does find a way to run through her somehow, some way.
Ryan Black gets
nice
a nice
screen
pick from Kane.
Oh, Kane dishing the pain for the Indians. Little high post ball screen.
So Ryan may have had a little jump stop there if she wanted to take that after that screen.
Somebody for Colerain's going to be like, you got to tell me about that screen coming. Help, teammate, help.
Nice steal from Abigail McNally. Colerain could be putting... And it's an opportunity for them to put the
That's nice.
game at its highest. Well, we're looking at a 6-point advantage for
Highest
Colerain.
margin there, yeah.
Margin there. 16-10, 2:40 left to go in the second quarter.
Strong dribble drive, jump stop, and jump shot for McNally. And Mills
Same
matches.
thing right there.
Anything you can do, I can do better, Chris. There it is.
Carly Mills has 4 points on the day. Here comes Fairfield's defense there. I think we're going to call a jump ball.
Yes, held ball.
Could have gotten out of hand there.
And Colerain with the arrow, which will give them an inbound play on the baseline. Fairfield can't really run a 1-3-1 zone on the baseline. Looks like they're running man-to-man now.
McNally underneath the McNally.
And ball touched a Fairfield player who was standing on the out-of-bounds line, so Colerain will keep the ball here.
I'm glad you saw that.
All referee hand signals, Chris. Bad spacing for Colerain. Look for the outlet.
Yeah, a quick shot from the outside from Richter.
And a foul. Fairfield missed a golden opportunity for a fast break there.
Well, if you're unable to get control of that ball, it's
right.
One of those things where you're trying to move too fast.
Well, once again, you look there, and I'll tell you where I learned this, Chris, was coaching, grade school ball. We had a game that I thought my team was just getting beat in transition over and over and over again. And I'm thinking, man, the effort's bad. The effort's bad. I went back and looked at the game film. It wasn't the effort. It was a spacing issue. Right. All 5 offensive rebounders going underneath the free throw line. You're going to lead an outlet pass wide open.
Kane's first free throw is off the mark. Here comes the Cardinals. McNally to McNally. Nice save there, it looked like.
Yeah.
Bartell stops, tosses it inside to McNally.
Oh, smooth move.
That was probably one of the better passes we've seen today.
Zipped it right across the middle of that zone, right down to your post. Abigail McNally had good position on Kane. Kane had to foul.
All right, if Fairfield wants to stay in this game, they need to keep McNally off the line there.
Oh, big time. Big time.
Because I don't think she's missed today, has she?
She is right now 4 for 7. Sorry, 5 for 7. That free throw hadn't been attempted yet. Now it has.
Oh, McNally puts Colerain up on top of Fairfield, 18-12. We'll take a timeout ourselves. 1:51 left to go in the second quarter. You're watching the Butler County High School Sports Reports Network.
We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Performance Toyota, located on Route 4 in Fairfield. Never pay more when you shop Route 4. Performance Toyota. Matandy Steel Metal Products, a proud sponsor of Baden Athletics. SuccessPhoto.com, providing memorable images of Butler County's high school student athletes. C3 Contracting, pole barns and garages built by C3 Contracting. Call 513-519-4656 today for a complimentary quote on your next building product, serving all of Butler County. Minix Drive-Thru, providing speedy, convenient service throughout many locations in Butler County. Minix Drive-Thru. Bird's Grill and Bar, located in Fairfield's Village Green, our Fan of the Day sponsor. And Rick's Tavern and Grill, located on Route 4, our Performer of the Week gift certificate sponsor.
Couple McNally free throws puts Colerain up on top of Fairfield, 18-12. 1:51 left to go in the second quarter. Both of these programs coming in at 7 and 9. In the middle of the pack in the GMC as we're heading into the final leg of this regular season.
Abigail McNally has all 10 points this quarter for Colerain. Good ball pressure there by Zariah Black to not foul, cut off the sideline, and force the dribble out of bounds.
Yeah, it caused Bartell to make the mistake.
That ain't bad.
Zariah Black stops, pops. Boy, Fairfield can't hit something from the outside.
They're having trouble. They're having trouble getting one to fall.
Rittenbaugh. We're going to stay here, out of bounds off Colerain.
The effort is still good. It's just the shots definitely are not falling.
Emma Miller. Enjoyed the fine coaching of Joel Sackenhiem back in the day.
Only for one summer. I can't take credit for her.
Fantastic defense from Colerain.
Oh, yeah.
Mills drives to the hoop, draws a foul.
Swat down.
And, you know, that's seen Mills play in the past. That's what Mills does. She finds a way to
shifty.
Yeah, finds a way to get to the hole and cause some havoc.
Colerain's going to be happy about this news. That's only one foul on Abigail McNally. Of all the fouls and all the foul trouble going on, she is not in foul trouble.
Mills sinks the first one.
Fairfield needs these.
Mills' second one. In and out. But, I don't know. Is that going to stay here? Or?
From my angle, I disagree with that call. But neither of the two officials, neither Pam nor Nick, stepped in to overrule them, so they let Craig have the call there. It is his baseline.
Here comes Fairfield with the pressure, Joel.
Hey, not mad. There's a foul and free throw opportunities for Zariah Black. Double bonus now.
18-13. Exactly a minute left to play here in the second quarter. Zariah Black sinks the first one. She'll get another one, won't she, Joe? She was going to get another one anyway.
It double bonus, where both teams are over 10 fouls now for the half.
Black sinks him.
We're back to full court pressure.
18-14. That's a heck of a pass down there.
She missed the layup.
Here comes Carly Mills. Carly Mills isn't going to stop.
Until she gets fouled from behind.
There it is. That's going to be on Bartell.
Bartell's first personal, and we'll have another double bonus situation. And if you're Colerain, leading by 3 here before the half, Carly Mills is not the person you want on the line shooting double bonus here for the Indians.
Since the first. Could be a 1-point game after these free throws. 16 points for the Fairfield Indians.
Down below 50 ticks left here in the first half of play. Bad spacing for Colerain. Got to get that sorted out.
McNally losing a bit.
Settle it down. Settle it down. My goodness.
Long shot from the outside by Bartell, but picked up by Colerain underneath the McNally, and
there's McNally. Nice post move there on the right side of the floor. Fairfield was in man there.
2016, under 20 seconds to play. Carly Mills is going to stop it, slow it down. Maybe the final shot here.
Man-to-man possession for Colerain's defense here. They got to close out on Mills.
Mills, 6 seconds, 5, 4, here, 2, 1. Mills needs to put it up.
And that ends the clock before anything. Wow, good defense by Colerain there to close out the half.
That's going to take us into quarter number 3. After the halftime break, it's Colerain 20, Fairfield 16. We'll get some stats here, diagnose that first half. You're watching the Butler County High School Sports Reports Network.
I'm Jerry Snodgrass, Executive Director of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One of my long-standing goals is to help people understand that high school sports are about so much more than wins and losses. The OHSAA promotes education-based athletics, where sports are an extension of the classroom. Our schools all want to win, but at the end of the day, it's all about sportsmanship, leadership, and making sure that academics are a priority. Thank you for your support of high school sports.
We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Performance Toyota, located on Route 4 in Fairfield. Never pay more when you shop Route 4, Performance Toyota. Matandi Steel Metal Products, a proud sponsor of Baden Athletics. SuccessPhoto.com, providing memorable images of Butler County's high school student athletes. C3 Contracting, pole barns and garages built by C3 Contracting. Call 513-519-4656 today for a complimentary quote on your next building product, serving all of Butler County. Minix Drive-Thru, providing speedy, convenient service throughout many locations in Butler County. Minix Drive-Thru. Bird's Grill and Bar, located in Fairfield's Village Green, our Fan of the Day sponsor. And Rick's Tavern and Grill, located on Route 4, our Performer of the Week gift certificate sponsor.
We thank you for listening to a live broadcast on the Butler County High School Sports Report's YouTube channel. We encourage you to check out our website at www.bchssreport.com for all your local prep sports, results, stories, and student-athlete features. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Hey, this is Joey Vogt for The Report. One thing we strive to do here at The Report is recognize the local high school student athletes and their accomplishments to the best of our abilities, which is the reason why we partnered up with Performance Toyota and Rick's Tavern to crown a Performer of the Week. We choose a student athlete from each of our coverage area schools from any sports and let family, friends, and your school vote in the Report's Performer of the Week poll on our website. Tell us who you think should be in our Performer of the Week poll, and most importantly, enjoy the rest of the broadcast.
Welcome back to the Butler County High School Sports Reports Network. I'm Chris Vogt alongside Joel Sackenhiem. 20-16 Colerain on top of Fairfield in this girls basketball Greater Miami Conference contest. Joel diagnosed in the first half. Full court pressure was the name of the game in the first quarter, like you were talking about before. Forced to drop it back. Fouls being a key factor in that outcome of the first half.
If you can't pressure well, using your footwork instead of your hands, you will end up paying at this level. This is not CYO where the referees let everything slide to get the game done within an hour. At this level with your Division I high school, the referees are going to call each and every one of those fouls. Both teams ending up in the bonus by the end of the first quarter, double bonus by the end of the half. Foul trouble right now. Tori Williams for Fairfield has 2 fouls. That's really the one that they need to worry about because she is their interior post presence. They need to have her on the floor down the stretch to be able to counteract Abigail McNally, who went nuts in this game when Williams had to sit down in the second quarter. On Colerain's side, Kyla McNally, Taya Pruitt, and both the 2 fouls. So does Zyriel Yelling, and then Kalia Beasley has 3 fouls. So lots of foul trouble for Colerain, amassed in fewer number of people. That's going to be an issue for them in the second half. I wonder if Colerain will try to play some 2-3 zone defense and really settle this thing into the half court and the third quarter just to preserve some of those fouls for when they might need it most in the fourth.
Hey, Joe, I think you nailed it on the nose there. And also at the high school level, I've always got to pinpoint this out. Girls basketball is a game of finding your strengths and eliminating your weaknesses.
Right.
You're looking at Carly Mills as one of the strengths for
Absolutely.
Fairfield, and Colerain's taking her out of the game.
Well, they've had a lot of ball pressure on her. They forced her to have to give the ball up or have to dribble it into some serious traffic there. The thing that I've noticed looking at the scoring column for Fairfield is that they only have 3 field goals in this game. So out of their 16 points, 10 of them have come from the free throw line. If Colerain could stop the fouling, Fairfield would really be in some trouble because they've had a hard time finding any offense on the floor. It's been rough.
Well, let's talk about Abigail McNally and what she's been able to provide for Colerain. It's been a big problem for Fairfield in the first half.
Well, it's been stability in the post. Tori Williams seems to be the Indian that's been able to try to shut her down.
She's been on the bench.
But she's been on the bench.
Yep.
And so you get backup post defenders kind of coming in there, doing their best against one of the conference's best players. They're trying to do yeoman's work, but there's a reason that Abigail McNally is one of the best players in the GMC. I would almost wonder if Fairfield might opt in the second half to find some way to double team Abigail McNally, whether that's out of a zone or whether that's out of man where you're help defending, coming down off a wing, coming across off a low post. Try to see if any of the other girls can hit a shot from the outside, because in the second quarter, nobody scored anything for Colerain other than Abigail McNally. So take her out of the game if you can, and see how good of shooters some of these other girls can be from the outside if they can.
McNally with 16 points to lead the way for Colerain. Pewitt with 2. And Yelling with the other 2 for Colerain on the Fairfield side of things. Carly Mills does lead the Indians with 6 points. She's 4 for 6 from the free throw line. Zariah Black has 4. Emma Miller has 1. She hit a free throw. We've got Tori Williams with 1. We've got Leisman with 2. And Emily Kane with 2 of her own. What does Fairfield need to do to get that lead back?
Well, the hard thing is for Fairfield, we all know, and it's not a secret, that Carly Mills, the offense runs through her. This may be just a personal preference or stylistic on my point. I would like to see more passing out of Fairfield's offense. It seems like too many times the ball gets forced out to Mills on the perimeter, and everybody knows it's going to be a dribble drive into the middle of this soup. It's a mess down there, and all of these help defenders for Colerain know to key on her. You might spread into a 5-out or a 4-out type of formation to give Mills a little more driving territory, but if you can establish a couple of the other girls as a potential threat, whether it's Miller line on the perimeter, whether Tori Williams is able to carve out a little more room in the post, you need to find scoring from a second or a third option. That will make Colerain's defense have to play Fairfield's offense a little more honestly, and if they have to play it honestly, then Carly Mills, it'll come back around to her in the fourth quarter on a couple of well-timed dribble drives when they need it most.
Doesn't look like second chance points has been that big of a deal for both programs. It's the initial start of that offensive play that's been the problem for both of them.
It's not been a huge rebounding game. It really has been more of a full-court game that has been forced to go into the half court. I mean, this game has basically been like when you put a pot of water on a hot stove and you have it up to temperature 8 or 9, and then you have to really kind of pull the pot off or back it down to 4 or 5. Foul trouble has caused that. But you really do need to get control of this game a little bit more and see if you can break somebody down on the half court, because full court game has just been, it's been a mess, really. It's been kind of like a rugby scrum in some ways out here. It really has.
The referees have been doing a fantastic job to
They really
make sure
have.
that it doesn't become a rugby scrum. Well, it is senior day here for the Fairfield Indians girls basketball program. Carly Mills, a senior. Zariah Black, Josie Rittenbaugh, Haley Buckley, Tori Williams, Alexis Yarborough, those are your seniors for the Fairfield High girls basketball program. That's the roster that we have. So I'm hoping we're not missing anybody.
Well, you know, whatever's on GSC.com, right?
Yeah, right.
That's what we got.
We'll be condemned. But we got about a minute until the third quarter kicks off here. 20-16, Colerain on top of Fairfield. Stay with us as we watch these last 16 minutes. You're watching the Butler County High School Sports Reports Network.
We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Performance Toyota, located on Route 4 in Fairfield. Never pay more when you shop Route 4. Performance Toyota. Matandi Steel Metal Products, a proud sponsor of Baden Athletics. SuccessPhoto.com, providing memorable images of Butler County's high school student athletes. C3 Contracting, pole barns and garages built by C3 Contracting. Call 513-519-4656 today for a complimentary quote on your next building product, serving all of Butler County. Minix Drive-Thru, providing speedy, convenient service throughout many locations in Butler County. Minix Drive-Thru. Bird's Grill and Bar, located in Fairfield's Village Green, our Fan of the Day sponsor. And Rick's Tavern and Grill, located on Route 4, our Performer of the Week gift certificate sponsor.
Welcome back to the Butler County High School Sports Reports Network here at Fairfield Arena. Fairfield gets the ball out of bounds here to start the third quarter, 20-16. Colerain on top of Fairfield. We're going to see how the adjustments play here, Joel.
A little more motion in the offense already.
Zariah Black stops. Good defense by one of the McNally sisters. Another McNally grabs the rebound, and it's a jump ball.
Already more players touching the ball on that possession for Fairfield coming right out of the break. That's a good sign. Here comes the 1-2-1-1 diamond press for the Indians.
Tori Williams regains possession. Left-handed leaning kind of a soft hook there. But
that's got to be a travel, and it is.
That's a good call.
Craig on the baseline there saying you can't have the ball with your knees on the ground and then get up. That's your travel. Baseline inbounds opportunity for the Indians, and they can carve out a nice little shot here.
Carly Mills.
She wanted it.
She thought about it. She's been itching for a three.
She has. Too much dribble. Rough.
And Carly Mills gets it back. She's going to drive again. Ball gets punched out, but it looks like McNally gets called for her.
Kylie McNally. That's her third. She's already going over to go to the bench. They've not even brought in the sub for her yet. They're not going to get the sub for her yet. It's a 5-on-4 opportunity here.
Tori Williams had a wide open three, didn't hit the rim, and Colerain's going to bring it back the other direction.
Keep an eye on Kylie McNally. Her sub is there at the table. They were not able to get her up to the table in time. She's playing with 3 fouls right now. Colerain really does not want her to pick up a fourth.
Abby McNally off the mark. Here comes Zariah Black. Black has a nice lane to the hoop and got
Beautiful.
it. 20-18. Colerain still holding the 2-point lead. 6:51 to play in the third quarter. Kylie McNally.
With the team bounce back to 0, both teams more aggressive on the press again.
Underneath the Beasley. She can't put it in, and Beasley gets it back. We're going to call a jump ball likely.
That's right. And what that jump ball does more than anything else is it gets Kylie McNally out of the game as Casey Richter checks in now for the Cardinals. McNally sitting down with 3 personal fouls.
She was almost on the court for an additional minute.
I know,
I'm sure
I know it.
Coach Cosgrove wanted.
Well, as soon as she committed the third foul, she walked back to the bench, but they didn't have anybody at the table ready to go for her.
We've got Carly Mills on over to Zariah Black. And Zariah Black, that's off her chest, and that's going to head on Colerain's direction.
It looks like we talked about at halftime the idea of Fairfield trying to establish the second score. It looks like Zariah Black is trying to become that potential second scorer out there. Give a little pressure off of Carly Mills to give her a little bit more opening.
Colerain had a good opportunity to break that press, but Fairfield
Mills the
grabs
three.
it. Mills way downtown. That hits the top cable, and that's going to be Colerain ball.
Glad to see both the center and the trail referee had the fly to the ball in that. That call was missed in the JV game earlier today.
That was probably one of Carly Mills' best looks.
It was a good look
Of the
Clean.
game. Maybe a little bit longer than what she had intended there,
but it was open. There's the
Colerain
fast break.
beats the press. Richter stops, gets it on over to Yelling underneath to McNally. McNally, good defense by Fairfield, and Black's going to bring it down.
Kristen Lee's been doing a yeoman's job in there these last couple possessions.
Maybe a jump stop there, Joel. For Tori Williams, probably would have been 2. Here comes Tori Williams. A little bit of a redemption drive, Joel, right to the hoop. Gets herself 2 shots.
And a foul on Zyriel Yelling is her third personal foul, as the foul trouble will mount and continue to mount for the Colerain Cardinals.
Williams, first shot. Doinks off the rim.
Kylie McNally back in with 3 personal fouls. 2 Colerain Cardinals with 3 fouls on the floor right now.
Coach Cosgrove feels comfortable with her out there. It may have told her just to, hey, back off on some of your defensive prowess there.
Here's a novel concept, don't reach.
Right.
I mean, it does happen. It does work.
Kylie McNally on over to Richter. Richter guarded by Mills. Mills supplying the pressure, and she gets it.
This will be an open look.
This is what you want to do. You want to make this bad boy. Stops, and in, 2. Ties it up, Joel, 20-20.
Pete Maravich would have liked that. A little hesitation stop there. Let the defender pass by. We're going to have a timeout called by the Colerain Cardinals.
20-20. You're watching the Butler County High School Sports Reports Network. Just under 5 minutes to play in this third quarter. Stay right with us.
We thank you for listening to a live broadcast on the Butler County High School Sports Reports YouTube channel. We encourage you to check out our website at www.bchssreport.com for all your local prep sports, results, stories, and student-athlete features. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Hey, this is Joey Vogt for The Report. One thing we strive to do here at The Report is recognize the local high school student athletes and their accomplishments to the best of our abilities, which is the reason why we partnered up with Performance Toyota and Rick's Tavern to crown a Performer of the Week. We choose a student athlete from each of our coverage area schools from any sports and let family, friends, and your school vote in the Report's Performer of the Week poll on our website. Tell us who you think should be in our Performer of the Week poll, and most importantly, enjoy the rest of the broadcast.
.2020 game's all knotted up. Colerain has had the slight advantage as we're approaching the 5-minute mark of the
This is off of a made basket, so Abigail McNally can run the baseline if she so chooses. Diamond press.
Colerain regains position. Had 2-on-1 there, but wisely slowed up by Beasley. Stolen by Carly Mills, and that's going to be a foul.
Let's see who this goes on.
It looks like it might be Kylie McNally.
That's 4 on Kylie McNally. She's in the wrong place at the wrong time there, and they're going to quickly whisk Casey Richter back in there. This is a huge bad break for the Cardinals there. Mills very aggressive on the steal and got up through the traffic.
We'll give Mills props on that. Obviously, that
Mills
he gained possession for Fairfield and also puts McNally on the bench after that foul.
Mills has been the best shooter on the floor for Fairfield as Williams puts up a, looks like it's a two-pointer.
Yeah, they'll call that two. Long range 2-point shot for Williams puts Fairfield up on top of Colerain.
And a foul on the press.
Josie Rittenbaugh.
She's got 3 now. Now here's the interesting thing though about us, as I was saying about Carly Mills. She is the best shooter out there for Fairfield, but maybe her greatest contribution in this game is just the foul count she's been able to rack up on Colerain with the dribble going through the contact as Colerain's feet have been slow.
Great defense by Black for Fairfield. Produces another throw in for Colerain.
And a sub coming in for the Cardinals. It's like Bartell checking back in for Richter. Very aggressive trapping defense here by Fairfield.
Loper loves the pressure. Coach Loper loves it.
That's the downside of it.
Nobody down there, but
wow.
To Fairfield's benefit, the throw was off the mark.
Just a little bit. Uh-oh, they found McNally.
Abigail McNally tosses in 2. And that ties it back up. 22-22, under 4 to play here in the third quarter. Williams drive to the hoop. Beautiful drive. Colerain back the other direction. Pewitt finds Bartell for 2. That ties the bad boy back up, 24-24. 3:30 left to play in the third.
The speed has picked back up in this game, but it's been done without the fouls, and that's been huge for the Indians.
I'm sure that's probably a huge emphasis over there on the benches. Carly Mills.
And notice they got her off of 2 or 3 passes to other players. Huge. You can establish other people as a weapon. All of a sudden, you can take some of the attention off of Mills. It doesn't all have to be on the dribble.
Bartell was wide open underneath the hoop, but Pewitt couldn't get the pass off to her, and it sails into the makeshift concession stand over there.
Yeah, Chris, what you're seeing right now is Fairfield has been able to cause Colerain to play at a tempo that they are not comfortable with. And as long as Fairfield can keep out of foul trouble by doing this, you've seen only 1 foul committed in 5 minutes of high-pressure defense. They're moving their feet and not just doing it with their hands. That's been the adjustment.
Toss under the Tori Williams. They're utilizing her the way she should be.
What you're seeing with that is it opens up more on the offensive end because you get more easy buckets. But Paul Owens, who used to coach Cincinnati Christian, used to call them as easy buckets in transition. Gives everybody a little more offensive confidence and causes some worse passes for Colerain, who are just simply playing at a speed that they're not comfortable playing at. Look at that shot by McNally. It's another example.
Here comes Carly Mills on a transition. Bounces it off her foot, and it's regained by Colerain Yelling and company.
Colerain needs to slow this thing down. They are definitely uncomfortable at this frantic speed.
It looks like Bartell and Pewitt are doing just that.
See if they can execute something in a half-court offense.
Underneath to Beasley. Beasley off the backboard in 28-26. Under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter.
That's what Colerain needs to be doing right now, is try to slow the game down to counteract the speed that Fairfield's trying to throw at them. Man defense for the Cardinals.
Looks like it.
A lot of dribbling.
It's all right. It's
There's the
flag.
pass.
Here comes Colerain back the other way. Bartell hits the side of the rim. Here comes Carly Mills. Carly Mills stops. Gets past Beasley and drops in two of her own. This is when Carly Mills is going to start trying to take over.
That was smooth. Fairfield now.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
It looks like Josie Rittenball a little aggressive on that attempt to steal and sends Pewitt down to the ground. She'll be called, it's like Rittenball, we called with her fourth personal foul.
Yeah. Fairfield had only 3 field goals made in the entire first half. They have made 7 field goals in the third quarter. There's your difference by getting a few easy buckets, by playing aggressive defense in the backcourt, getting the game to free flow on the full court, but being able to do so without actually picking up the fouls.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's kudos to Loper to instill that sort of a mindset heading into this third quarter.
Huge difference. It's still high pressure, but it's not as sloppy, and that's enormous.
Carly Mills with 12 points for Fairfield. Abigail McNally with 18 to lead Colerain. Pewitt drives, stops. Good defense. But was that maybe a little bit of an arm on that shot there?
That was beautiful. Leastman's second personal. That's only the third foul for Fairfield. Both teams only with 3 fouls in the third quarter. That's very helpful to both teams. Opens up whatever they want to do in the fourth.
Pewitt's and one opportunity off the mark. Settles for 2.
Catch the ball first.
We're going to call a jump on that one.
Should be Colerain.
Yep. 30-28. Fairfield on top of Colerain. 1 minute left to play in the third quarter. I'm Chris Vogt alongside Joel Sackenhiem. Matt Vogt, man in the camera duties.
Yeah.
Want to thank Jason Arno, an aspiring journalist, a sports media guru, wanting to learn about the Butler County High School Sports Report. He's alongside us.
Body contact underneath. Let's see if they get Abigail McNally with this foul.
Good sportsmanship from McNally to pick up a Fairfield opponent.
Abigail McNally's picked up her second personal as Leastman goes to the line for the Indians, trying to extend the lead.
Leastman's first shot is good there. She's only shooting 36.8% from the free throw line.
You wonder about the sample size there, though, Chris.
Yeah, true.
Form looks really good.
You're right. Knocks down both of them, Joel.
4-point lead with 48 seconds remaining. We got man pressure now. No trapping. It's just a man pressure.
Long pass over to Beasley. Pardon me, that's not Beasley. That is Bartell. Rebound by Pewitt. She drops in 2. 32-30. Fairfield still up on top of Colerain. 35 seconds left to play in the third quarter.
Pewitt has been Johnny on the spot in this third quarter for Colerain, showing up a couple times in the scoring column when they've needed her.
Dishing it underneath to Tori Williams. She can't connect.
But her presence on the floor has been felt in this third quarter. It's made a huge difference for the Indians having her out there in terms of rebounding, in terms of defense, and then being an offensive post presence to free up other people. Mills on the bench right now even.
Carsgrove tells his program, hey, let's get this last shot here. Over to Bartell. Nice. Yeah, Beasley wide open there, and that's going to close out the third quarter. All knotted up at 32.
Weedy tag.
Stay right here. Last 8 minutes of this contest. You're watching the Butler County High School Sports Reports Network.
We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Performance Toyota, located on Route 4 in Fairfield. Never pay more when you shop Route 4. Performance Toyota. Matandi Steel Metal Products, a proud sponsor of Baden Athletics. SuccessPhoto.com, providing memorable images of Butler County's high school student athletes. C3 Contracting, pole barns and garages built by C3 Contracting. Call 513-519-4656 today for a complimentary quote on your next building product, serving all of Butler County. Minix Drive-Thru, providing speedy, convenient service throughout many locations in Butler County. Minix Drive-Thru. Bird's Grill and Bar, located in Fairfield's Village Green, our Fan of the Day sponsor. And Rick's Tavern and Grill, located on Route 4, our Performer of the Week gift certificate sponsor.
Last 8 minutes of this contest here at Fairfield Arena on Senior Day for the Fairfield Indians. 32-32. Joel, first 24 minutes of this contest, it hasn't gotten out of hand. Both programs have been nip and tuck. It's just a matter of finding that open shot.
Fairfield got the better of Colerain in that third quarter by being able to full court press without the foul. Footwork over hands makes all the difference in the world. It has opened the game up, given them offensive scoring opportunities. And they scored 16 points in the first half. They scored 16 in the third quarter by itself.
Offensive burst.
Zone
Tori
defense.
Williams underneath. She turned around and had an open jumper, so she took it.
She did.
It hits the back of the iron, and Colerain heading this way.
Like seeing Carly Mills not chasing that rebound and staying back on defense to make sure they don't get beat in transition.
Beasley back out to McNally. Drains it. That was Kylie McNally.
Kylie, 4 fouls, McNally. She's playing with fire out there, but she got one of those threes to hit. She's got to make sure she stays out there for her teammates.
Rittenbaugh stop pops off the mark, and here comes Kylie McNally. She's not going to stop. Yeah, she does.
Wise decision.
I was seeing a charge there.
Get his sister down there.
Underneath the Abigail McNally, fouling Tori Williams.
Yep. Now, the good thing about Tori Williams in that third quarter,
she didn't foul.
She didn't foul.
Oh, well,
Exactly.
they're going to give it to Black.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I stopped for a second there because it looked like it was somebody else's foul. Yeah, it goes to Zariah Black. She only has 2. But when you don't foul, now you enter the fourth quarter with only 2 fouls on you. That allows you to play a little more freely, take a couple more gambles, a couple more risks when your team might need it most.
McNally's 2 free throws off the mark, and here comes Fairfield.
Notice this pressure by Fairfield. What speed does and tempo does in this game is Mills puts up a 3, a little short.
Rebound by Black, and she draws herself a foul. You call that right place at the right time.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Who's this foul going to be on here? Looks like 12? That is 5 fouls on Kylie McNally. She is now out of the game.
I don't care who you are. If you're one of the
That's
McNallys, that's bad news for Colerain if they're hitting the bench.
Bad break for the Cardinals there. Couple cheaper ones earlier in the game, and then that one got her there. But I'll tell you, when you play at a faster tempo, what happens is it basically turns your fundamentals. It makes them tested by fire, essentially. Your fundamentals start to break down. They're not quite as good. That's why you see more passes getting stolen and being thrown away like that one right there.
Carly Mills stops, pops. Tori Williams with the rebound, cleans it up, and she'll head to the line for 2.
That's why you're also seeing Abigail McNally miss both free throws, because the legs start to go first in the shooting. Abigail McNally picks up her 3rd foul, by the way, right there, too. So, tempo. It's like taking a piece of precious metal and heating it up and seeing if it'll start bending.
In and out, Tori Williams' first shot. If you're just tuning in, 35-33, 6:46 left to play, and Tori Williams' second free throw is no good. Here comes Colerain.
Fairfield has found a tempo to their liking. They're definitely making Colerain play the type of game they don't want to play right now.
Ball eventually finds underneath the Beasley.
Foul by Miller Lite on the floor, it looks like. Emma's second foul. Neither team in the bonus yet, Chris. That's kind of refreshing after the first half, isn't it?
Well, did we see bonus in the first quarter?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Beasley wide open. That rims off. Here comes
Another
Carly
quality
Mills.
look on a baseline inbound play there. Couldn't ring it.
Carly Mills stops. Forced to stop it. Here comes Zariah Black. Zariah Black. That looked good from here, Joel. And it was. Zariah Black drops a long-range three, and it gives Fairfield the lead at 36-35. Here comes Yelling. Dishes it off to Beasley. Beasley stops. Pump fake. That's the way you're supposed to use a pump fake. And
that's a nice little post move.
Create space for yourself under the basket.
You ain't kidding there. You ain't kidding.
37-36. Colerain back up on top. Bounce pass, Joel.
Bounce pass would have been nice. Or a ball fake.
Abigail McNally pressured by Black. McNally finds Yelling. Yelling on over to Bartell. Bartell underneath to Yelling again. Mills is notorious for hitting the ground.
We have a timeout called by Fairfield.
Why is timeout? Why is timeout? Fairfield's going to regain possession, as you just said, Joel, and we're going to head a break. 37-36. You're watching the Butler County High School Sports Reports Network.
I'm Jerry Snodgrass, Executive Director of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One of my long-standing goals is to help people understand that high school sports are about so much more than wins and losses. The OHSAA promotes education-based athletics, where sports are an extension of the classroom. Our schools all want to win, but at the end of the day, it's all about sportsmanship, leadership, and making sure that academics are a priority. Thank you for your support of high school sports.
We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Performance Toyota, located on Route 4 in Fairfield. Never pay more when you shop Route 4. Performance Toyota. Matandi Steel Metal Products, a proud sponsor of Baden Athletics. SuccessPhoto.com, providing memorable images of Butler County's high school student athletes. C3 Contracting, pole barns and garages built by C3 Contracting. Call 513-519-4656 today for a complimentary quote on your next building product, serving all of Butler County. Minix Drive-Thru, providing speedy, convenient service throughout many locations in Butler County. Minix Drive-Thru.
Fairfield inbounds it. Colerain with the 1-point advantage at 37-36. Tori Williams drives. Good drive to the hoop, just couldn't connect there. Maybe a little bit of an odd angle to the hoop, but
strong move. You like to see it. Don't like to see that, though. Ooh.
Abigail McNally hits the ground pretty hard there.
Chris, we had said at halftime the importance of establishing a second and a third scoring option for Fairfield. In the second half, Carly Mills has 6 points. Zariah Black, 6 points, and Tori Williams, 6 points.
There it is.
They have done that.
5:09 left to play in this contest. This is Greater Miami Conference Girls Basketball Extravaganza. Saturday afternoon extravaganza.
Doing it in prime time, except not in prime time. Yes.
We're going to call senior night, senior day here.
Yes. Senior night over in Europe right now, right?
Abigail McNally sets it up.
Got man defense for Fairfield. We'll see what kind of screening action Colerain can set up here. I don't love their spacing right now. Very bunched.
Bartell drive, stopped by Tori Williams. Tori Williams going up or not?
Well, again, the issue, the referee, if you watch him on that replay, if you go back as you're watching this on the internet and rewind it, later, you'll see that Tori Williams' arms were, again, not at a 90-degree straight-up angle, but kind of coming downwards. And we had Craig, the official, actually make that motion with his hands there of the arms going in a downward direction there, and that's going to give a very easy call to the official.
That was a nonverbal notion to the Fairfield contingent in the stands to let them know that, hey, she had her hands folded over.
Law of verticality. You can find it in the 4th section of the rule book, Chris.
38-36, Colerain with the advantage.
We're back to even scoring. Matt Vogt said earlier he wants to have 5 overtimes today.
Beautiful passing. Leisman with 2 points. Now we're all knotted up at 38. 4:21 to play in this contest. Out of bounds, Fairfield. Errant throw from Colerain, and Fairfield's going to regain possession.
The side effects of tempo getting put a little too hot.
Right.
Passes are a little less on target. 4 minutes left and change.
Carly Mills slowing things up. Over to Leisman. Leisman finds Tori Williams. Tori Williams from way downtown.
Is that her shot, Chris? I've not seen Fairfield play a whole lot this year.
Well, I'd imagine Loper's telling her, if you got the shot, shoot
If
it.
you got it, take it.
Yep. At this point, why not?
Yeah. Fairfield's not done a lot of their damage in the half-court offense.
Black with a steal. Transition lay-in.
Woo!
40-38.
Transition has been Fairfield's friend in the second half here. No doubt about it.
3:30 to play in this fourth quarter. Yelling dribbles. Dishes it on over to Pewitt. Pewitt slows it down wisely. Pewitt guarded by Carly Mills.
Top spacing.
Well, I was going to say, Zariah Black has some good jumps on the ball, but too much contact on that one.
You have a one-on-one bonus. Chris, when you're looking at Colerain's last couple possessions of the half-court offense, they're bunching 4 players up around the free throw line. When you bunch players that close in spacing, it allows the defenders to take a few more chances. And if they get beat, you still have help defense on the inside. We got a timeout called by Fairfield.
We'll take a timeout as well. 3:16 left to go in this contest. 40-38. Fairfield up on top. Stay right here.
We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Performance Toyota, located on Route 4 in Fairfield. Never pay more when you shop Route 4. Performance Toyota. Matandy Steel Metal Products, a proud sponsor of Baden Athletics. SuccessPhoto.com, providing memorable images of Butler County's high school student athletes. C3 Contracting, pole barns and garages built by C3 Contracting. Call 513-519-4656 today for a complimentary quote on your next building product, serving all of Butler County.
All right, Joel. 3:16 left to play. 40-38. Fourth quarter. We're winding down to the nitty-gritty. What do you got both teams kind of focusing on in this final stretch?
For Colerain, they got to. I know they're down by 2. They got to fight for tempo to get this thing into a game of their choosing in the last 3 minutes. If this thing becomes a full court scrum, advantage Fairfield.
Bartell knocks down the first.
Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. Colerain has the possession error, and both teams will be in the bonus the rest of the way.
Drops down both of them. We're all knotted up. 40-40. Here comes Carly Mills over to Black. Black won't hesitate to pop that, too, if she's got an open shot.
If she's got an open shot, Bartell's not letting her have it.
Nope.
Looks like we got a little bit of zone defense at the bottom here for Colerain. They're swapping on the interior offensive players.
Leisman inside to Williams. Williams blocked by McNally.
Saved in bounds. There's Mills. Oh!
Mills gets it back. Misses. There's some pushing and shoving underneath there.
Look at the fundamentals break down. There's not a lot of legs left out here on the floor after the way the second half has been played.
And that scrum, Yelling got knocked right in the head there, and she's going to
sit out for a second.
Checking in is Richter.
Trainer's going to have to look over there at Zyriel. And we have a timeout, full timeout. No, it looks like a 30-second timeout being called by Colerain.
Yeah, 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick one as well. 40-40. 2:41 left to play in this contest.
I'm Jerry Snodgrass, Executive Director of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One of my long-standing goals is to help people understand that high school sports are about so much more than wins and losses. The OHSAA promotes education-based athletics, where sports are an extension of the classroom. Our schools all want to win, but at the end of the day, it's all about sportsmanship, leadership, and making sure that academics are a priority. Thank you for your support of high school sports.
40-40, Fairfield Colerain in a deadlock tie. 2:41 left in this fourth period. This Greater Miami Conference Girls Hoops Saturday afternoon extravaganza on the Butler County High School.
I don't love that Colerain's coach took a timeout with Fairfield the baseline inbound. That allowed them to draw up whatever play they wanted to run.
Yeah, Carly Mills draws a foul. She was weaving and dodging like Pac-Man in there,
yes,
trying to
she
find the hoop.
Hewitt's got 3 fouls on her now, and it should be a 1-on-1 bonus for Carly Mills. Best free throw shooter on the team.
Does every single player on both of these rosters have 3 fouls?
There's a lot of them.
I mean, wow.
Black's got 3, Evan Miller's got 2, Rittenbaugh's got 4, Tori Williams has 4 for Fairfield.
Mills sinks both of them, 42-40. 2:39 to go. Full court press by Fairfield. Easily broken by Colerain. Pewitt gets by. Pewitt finds McNally. McNally over to Richter. Richter finds Pewitt. Dishes it inside to Beasley, and Zariah Black's going to be called with a foul.
Sorry, Zariah Black has 4 now.
4, there we go.
There you go.
Well, she had 3.
She had 3 a second ago. And we're going to have a 1-on-1 bonus, it looks like, for Kalia Beasley. Beasley's got 3 fouls. Zariel's got 3. Abigail McNally 3. Taya Pewitt has 3. And of course, Kylie McNally is out already. A lot of foul trouble.
Yeah, Kalia Beasley's first shot of a 1-on-1 here.
No good. Fairfield going to stall a little bit now. See what they can get in the half court.
Carly Mills traveled.
Abigail McNally was vertical and did have her feet set on that defensive play, so it was not going to be a foul on McNally down low. Abigail's got 3 on her. 2:04 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Turned out to be a pretty good ball game, Joel, we're seeing today.
It's been competitive.
And
Travel.
They're going to call that a walk.
Speeding up the fundamentals, sir.
Good defense from Colerain forces Richter to, good defense from Fairfield forces Richter to travel.
Absolutely. I don't know if Fairfield wants to really milk 2 minutes off the clock yet, but they can get Colerain to come out and chase the man defense here. That might open up a backdoor cut for Kylie Mills, or Carly Mills.
Zariah Black guarded by Richter. She picks up her dribble.
There's the
Miller,
cut.
yeah, Miller over to Mills.
Run a little time off the clock. This is not going to hurt unless you commit an offensive foul. Illegal screen was the call, Carly Mills.
Carly Mills.
That foul was in team control, so they're not going to be shooting double bonus on this. It's going to be a dead ball spot to Colerain.
Long pass to Beasley.
Settle it down.
Here comes Abigail McNally.
That's where she misses her sister out there.
Abigail McNally forced to travel there.
Yep, she found the open teammate. It's a little too late. Little too late.
That would have been a bucket right there.
Yep.
Bartell would have laid that in with no contesting.
Right. We have a whistle blown for a shoestring. After all this, we still have a shoestring break. Nothing like fourth grade basketball there, Chris. I've been through that a couple times.
42-40 as we're winding down. 1:30 to play in this Greater Miami Conference Girls Basketball Showdown. Carly Mills being the general right now. Hands it off.
Defense has to come out because you're down by 2. You're losing valuable time here for Colerain. There's your backdoor cut.
Carly Mills gets it back.
Set it back up. Or get to the free throw line.
Yep, yelling called with the foul.
That's her 4th personal. And team's 8.
Well, Fairfield doesn't like putting Carly Mills at the line.
1-on-1 bonus. Best free throw shooter on the line. Chris, if this comes down to fouling type of situation, I've not seen many coaches make this adjustment yet. I'm still waiting to see it. Put in the end of your bench to commit some of these fouls rather than having your starters on the floor picking up their 4th and 5th.
Mills hits both of them. 44-40. 4-point advantage for Fairfield. Fairfield still supplying the full court press defense. Long pass.
There we go.
Drive off the mark was Bertel. Here comes Tori Williams down the other way. She
Slow
slows
it
it
down.
up wisely, yeah.
Get it to Mills. There you go. Set her up.
Zariah Black's going to say, I got it.
You're down to 45 seconds left. And a timeout Fairfield.
Timeout Fairfield, you're absolutely correct, Joel. We're going to probably take one of our final timeouts here as time winds down. 44-40, Fairfield up on top of Colerain. You're watching the Butler County High School Sports Reports Network.
We thank you for listening to a live broadcast on the Butler County High School Sports Reports YouTube channel. We encourage you to check out our website at www.bchssreport.com for all your local prep sports results, stories, and student-athlete features. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Hey, this is Joey Vogt for The Report. One thing we strive to do here at The Report is recognize the local high school student athletes and their accomplishments to the best of our abilities, which is the reason why we partnered up with Performance Toyota and Rick's Tavern to crown a Performer of the Week. We choose a student athlete from each of our coverage area schools from any sports and let family, friends, and your school vote in the Report's Performer of the Week poll on our website. Tell us who you think should be in our Performer of the Week poll, and most importantly, enjoy the rest of the broadcast.
44-40 here at Fairfield Arena. 45 ticks left to play in this fourth quarter. Joel, we were talking on the break.
I'm not in love with that timeout only for this reason. With Black having the ball out there and dribbling in place, they could have gotten a lot more time off the clock without Colerain being organized defensively. Now, Colerain has talked about what they want to do. Interesting, they're still not coming out, though. They're not taking advantage of this opportunity.
Zariah Black going to calm down here.
You need a foul or a trap or something. Fairfield's not going to shoot this ball.
Emma Miller tried to dish it underneath to Tori Williams, and that's going to stay here.
We've gone from
luckily for Fairfield.
We've gone from 45 seconds to now 27, and Colerain has not shown any effort to foul or trap or do anything. Fairfield's going to just dribble this clock out. They're up by 2 scores here, Chris.
Yeah, ideally that would be the ideal thing for right now.
It's one of those things, I'm sure my dad will laugh when I use the phrase, I question the wisdom. But again, here they're not coming out, they're not fouling. And there is the
number
foul.
one shooter. One of the best shooters in the GMC.
Hey, Chris, remember when I said I'd put all the subs in to commit the fouls? That would be the 5th personal foul on Zyriel Yelling.
She's hitting the bench.
So you fouled their best shooter. You fouled out one of your better players that you need. And they are given a little bit of time to talk. I think they have 30 seconds to come up with a replacement, which a lot of coaches use that as an opportunity to get a quasi-free timeout, so to speak. But I don't love having all my starters on the floor when you need to foul, when the other team is going to call a timeout and give you the opportunity to sub anybody in there that might be able to rack up some of those fouls.
And Carly Mills has 16 points to pace Fairfield. Abigail McNally still sitting at 18 for Colerain. Abigail McNally hasn't really seen too much action here in this fourth quarter.
Missed the front end. Colerain's got 1 timeout left. If they score, they need to use it right after the basket.
That foul on.
Or they can go to the free throw line like that.
There we go. Carly Mills is going to be called. Is that her? That's her 3rd personal.
That's her 3rd personal. And we're going to have a double bonus for Abigail McNally. She missed her last 2 free throws. They need these 2 badly.
14.6 ticks to play here at Fairfield Arena, where Fairfield's up on top of Colerain, 44-40. McNally sinks the first.
If you're
one possession game.
If you're Colerain, hopefully you have your press set up and she makes the 2nd shot, so you don't have to waste a timeout with an already stopped clock.
He's probably going to call a timeout right here. Oh, no, can't call it now.
Nope.
Foul immediately if you're Colerain. May have looked a little bit rougher than what it was insinuated, but
that's right. Just a little contact from behind. Didn't see it coming.
Puts Carly Mills to the line for 2 more.
4th foul on Pewitt, and we're in double bonus territory now. Mills only needs to hit 1 of these out of 2 to make this a 2-possession game.
7 seconds left to play. Carly Mills misses
double bonus.
The first one.
Abigail McNally thought it'd be 2 shots there, or one and one there, but it's a double bonus.
Carly Mills sinks to second.
All right.
45-41 if you're Loper and company for the Fairfield Indians. Just let it go.
Oh, boy, that's the last timeout. That's not going to help.
We're going to say hey to our sponsors one more time as we wind down here at Fairfield Arena. 45-41. You're watching the Butler County High School Sports Reports Network.
We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Performance Toyota, located on Route 4 in Fairfield. Never pay more when you shop Route 4. Performance Toyota. Matandi Steel Metal Products, a proud sponsor of Baden Athletics. SuccessPhoto.com, providing memorable images of Butler County's high school student athletes. C3 Contracting, pole barns and garages built by C3 Contracting. Call 513-519-4656 today for a complimentary quote on your next building product, serving all of Butler County. Minix Drive-Thru, providing speedy, convenient service throughout many locations in Butler County. Minix Drive-Thru. Bird's Grill and Bar, located in Fairfield's Village Green, our Fan of the Day sponsor.
All right, 4.4 seconds left to play here, Joel. 45-41.
You need a catch and fire three-pointer and then take a timeout you don't have to get a technical foul to stop the clock.
There it is. Three-pointer. That's
no good.
The number one thing happened, and then Carly Mills picks it up, and that's going to be a final. 45-41, Fairfield takes the cake here on Senior Day at Fairfield Arena. We're going to take a break. We'll go and talk about what we saw moments ago, and we'll run down some stats. Watching the Butler County High School Sports Reports Network.
We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Performance Toyota, located on Route 4 in Fairfield. Never pay more when you shop Route 4. Performance Toyota. Matandi Steel Metal Products, a proud sponsor of Baden Athletics. SuccessPhoto.com, providing memorable images of Butler County's high school student athletes. C3 Contracting, pole barns and garages built by C3 Contracting. Call 513-519-4656 today for a complimentary quote on your next building product, serving all of Butler County. Minix Drive-Thru, providing speedy, convenient service throughout many locations in Butler County. Minix Drive-Thru. Bird's Grill and Bar, located in Fairfield's Village Green, our Fan of the Day sponsor. And Rick's Tavern and Grill, located on Route 4, our Performer of the Week gift certificate sponsor.
Hey, this is Joey Vogt for The Report. One thing we strive to do here at The Report is recognize the local high school student athletes and their accomplishments to the best of our abilities, which is the reason why we partnered up with Performance Toyota and Rick's Tavern to crown a Performer of the Week. We choose a student athlete from each of our coverage area schools from any sports and let family, friends, and your school vote in the Report's Performer of the Week poll on our website. Tell us who you think should be in our Performer of the Week poll, and most importantly, enjoy the rest of the broadcast.
We thank you for listening to a live broadcast on the Butler County High School Sports Reports YouTube channel. We encourage you to check out our website at www.bchssreport.com for all your local prep sports, results, stories, and student athlete features. Enjoy the rest of the game.
I'm Jerry Snodgrass, Executive Director of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One of my long-standing goals is to help people understand that high school sports are about so much more than wins and losses. The OHSAA promotes education-based athletics, where sports are an extension of the classroom. Our schools all want to win, but at the end of the day, it's all about sportsmanship, leadership, and making sure that academics are a priority. Thank you for your support of high school sports.
Well, Joel, that's a wrap here at Fairfield Arena on Senior Day for the Indians, 45-41. Fairfield moves to 8-9 on the season. Colerain drops to 7-10. Carly finishes with, I believe she finished with 18 points to lead the way for the Fairfield Indians. We got McNally leading the way for Colerain with 19. Just to sum up, the afternoon, slim pickings in terms of an offensive game for both programs. However, it looks like halftime sort of fixed that up for both teams.
Well, the key was Fairfield definitely felt more comfortable in the full court game. Their fouling and fouling and fouling in the first quarter took them out of their own game and what they wanted to do and what they did well. They had to basically bide their time through the second quarter and get into halftime, make some adjustments, and when they were able to come out in the third quarter, re-establish the full court press, but do so in a way that wasn't quite as reachy, not as handsy, not as grabby. They were able to get Colerain to play at a speed they didn't like, get the thing going up tempo. That opened up some of the offense that they so desperately needed that was so bottled up for the first half of this game.
Oh, we want to appreciate you guys watching this rendition of the Butler County High School Sports Report Network. Fairfield takes down Colerain 45-41. Want to thank you, Joel Sackenhiem, for joining us. Matt Vogt, our cameraman. Want to thank Fairfield Athletic Director Aaron Blankenship. He was gracious enough to allow us to figure out where we could set up, how we could access a remote network. Right, a remote network. We'll definitely be back again. Want to also thank Jason Arno, an aspiring sports media man. We're going to let him figure out what the report's all about. We'll go ahead and give him an opportunity to kind of help us out and get out there in the field. So, well, want to thank you for watching. Fairfield 45, Colerain 41. Have a great rest of your weekend.